Hello, dreamers, doers, believers, and achievers. I'm Dwayne Chig, and this is Talking Books, the place for people who like books, reading them, and writing them. And we've got an exciting time this episode. We're talking to Brother Marlon Reed. He is the author of Living in a Country Influenced by Hate. I'm quite sure this book is going to be an eye opener for a lot of people. And so we're going to delve into this book. Thank you so much, Brother Marlon, for being with us today. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good, man. Thank you for having me, good brother, and Dwayne. And it's just a blessing, man, just to be able to do what we do.
Right. How long have you been writing?
Oh man, I started this journey back in 2015, and yeah, my first book came out in 2017.
Wow. I want to ask you before we delve into the book, getting into the mind, the head of an author, what does writing do for you?
Oh man, the type of books that I write, man, it gives me a chance to be inspiration and to
Mm,
show people that, what I mean, that's still trapped in my own lifestyle that, God believes, God works, you know what I'm saying? And everything I do is just to shine light on God, to let them know that God gives second chances.
oh, I love that. Give second chances. So your book, Living in a Country Influenced by Hate, give us a quick synopsis. What is the book about?
I mean, the book is about, what African Americans have to deal with living in America, as far as though with police brutality, racism, even in our own communities, black on black crime. And it just speaks about these different events that that happened basically over this year, is 2020, with with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, the things that they went through. And also, me living in Philadelphia, with so much where the crime rate, murder rate is so high, it
Hmm.
speaks, the black on black crime that we have to deal with, that we need to tackle some issues.
Wow. The title, where did that title come from? I mean, it's so attracting, but it's like bam in your face. So how did that come about?
And it really came about, like I said, the sacrifices with just sitting there and watching the news and on social media and seeing what happened to George Floyd.
Right.
And it just came to me what we have to deal with in America. And it just came about, sorry, about, they had to be the sacrifices, Breonna Taylor, but that's where the title came from, with the police brutality.
Wow, that is very thought-provoking title. Now, the book itself, it talks about the things that you mentioned. Is it a book that is just reporting the things, angry, giving solutions? What is the focus of the book? When people read it, what are you expecting them to get from it?
Well, in the beginning, you could tell I was angry. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Because I started writing right after these situations happened over the summertime with the police brutality. So
Okay.
in the beginning, it's anger, but as you dive in the book, you can see I calm down. I always give inspiration chapters as well. I started a men's do help men ministry,
Wow.
and it talks about trying to be a mentor to young men and men that's coming out of jail and halfway houses and things of that nature. So it gives you a mix of a little bit of anger, but it gives you and it also talk about we got to come up with a solution in
Ah.
our own culture to fight against this music and this entertainment world, because that's where a lot of crime is being influenced in our own communities through this music. So it got a lot of different issues. I talk about the presidential race as well. You know,
Okay. So it's pretty well rounded then.
yes,
All
sir.
right.
A rounded, grounded book, and I give it to you in 75 pages. All my books is because I don't like to cramp you with so much information. I try to give you the definition inside of the definition.
Ah, okay, very good, very good. In case you just joined us, this is Talking Books, the place for people who like books, reading them and writing them. And we're talking to Brother Marlon Reed. He is the author of Living in a Country Influenced by Hate. And so, who is the audience for your book?
Man, this audience here for this book, man, is basically I think for everyone that's fighting for political justice, that want to see, we come with a solution that, a lot of groups, ethnic groups that's out here that's fighting for justice, man. That's basically what this book is really about. It's about justice for not just, racism, but for any community that's dealing with, crime rate that's high, selling drugs and murder and just and it also directs to children as well because it gives them information on try not to even go that route. Excuse me.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. What kind of responses have you gotten? I know it's relatively new book, but what have been the responses from people?
Oh man, it's been out for about 3 months now since
Okay.
August. It got a lot of different, mixed reviews and some mostly great reviews from everyone that do follow me and even to the new audience that follow me. A lot of people understand where I'm coming from and where I'm trying to take it to. So it overall, man, it got like an 80% great response from the critics, from the people, from the readers, from the listeners, because it's also on auto books too. So,
Oh,
from the listeners and from the readers, man, I haven't really got no bad feedback back from it.
right. What was the writing experience like? You talked about in the beginning you were angry, which is definitely understandable.
Yeah.
But that writing experience, what was that like for you?
Oh man, it was a little different because this book was like really, really a fast book.
Hmm.
Um, it like I say, and being as though we was in the pandemic, far as though with the COVID-19, it was a little bit more easier because I was home in the house,
Right.
so it gave me a little bit more enthusiastic to motivation to write even more. So this experience here was a lot different because it was anger in the beginning. I never wrote a book angry,
Mm,
so it was just a fast process. You know what I mean? Because it was anger, then it changed it over to um, inspiring, for the young children. So I had to switch over real fast and catch myself because
ah,
I don't want people to see my, or see me angry, like, because right, angry can make you come off racist. You know
okay.
what I mean? You just
Right.
got to be racist with color, but it can make you racist. So
Okay.
it was overall, man. It was a great experience, but it was challenging.
Ah, that's a good word. Challenging, challenging. Family and friends, what kind of responses have you gotten from them?
Well, they love it because they know me. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I go out on Philadelphia and I speak, on the corners about, the gospel, about, the violence. So me putting a book out like this, it's nothing for them to, they was like, well, why it took, really took so long.
What took you so long? Huh?
Yeah, to really put out a book like this. So, um, they already, they was happy that I put it out there because I'm
Right,
the voice.
right,
Being a writer, you get a chance to be a voice for different other people who don't write or who don't like to speak out loud. So
right, right.
yeah,
So, what do you want this book to accomplish with the readers, with people that find out about it. So what is your end game in terms of the accomplishment of the book? As writers, we want a book, we want people to buy it, we want different things, but we don't write just because we want people to buy it in terms of monetary gain. But what do you want the end result to be? What do you want people to get from this book, to get from it or do with it?
Oh man, I want people to be inspired. I want people to be confident, because I, I I want people to be able to read this book and just be able to start in their own household, because that's where it starts at with a lot of things, man, and
Like that.
challenge itself to be a leader in their own household, and then take it out on the streets and confront. You could confront the things in a positive way that may be bothering you. You know what I mean? So I just want people to be able to read this book and challenge themselves to be a leader in their household. If it's a father figure, if it's going on your job or spiritually or however, just to come out and don't be afraid, to
Ah.
what you're supposed to do or supposed to say positive. That's what I want from you, to do something positively after you read this book.
Oh, I like that. I like that. You talked about being confident, and so the result more than just, oh, that was a nice book, but wanting it to push you to some action.
Yes, because like I said, I got a little ministry, men do help men. So I put that in there, it's the words, the 6 words, the understanding, ministry, uh, uh, correction, direction, understanding, information, vision. These words I think can really help a young child if you break it down to them. Even a man
Right.
or even a sister, a woman. Basically, that them words, them 6 words, if you add them to your life, man, they can definitely help you go in the positive direction that you're going. So,
I like
and
that.
it's filled with a lot of inspiration as well.
Give us those 6 words again.
Is correction, direction, discipline, understanding, vision, and information.
Wow. That's a
That's
book right there in itself.
in ministry.
Yeah, that's a ministry because it'll take you a while to do all of those things.
Yes, yeah, but what I'm saying, like I learned, them words there I added to my life 15 years ago, and them words got me to where I'm at today.
Wow.
Learning them, studying them, and applying them to my life, and then using them, when I'm entering the world.
Right.
Um, it brought me to where I'm at today.
So this book is rather it's inspiring in a lot of those things, but if I'm hearing you correctly, it's also transformative. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, because that's the more side of the black on black crime part that's in the book for
Okay.
our community, man. Because nothing against music, anything, but it's very hypnotizing to a lot of our youth,
Right.
today. So we really got to challenge. We really got to fight, because the entertainment world is so strong. So that's why I
Right.
say it starts with us in our household to be, that leadership, to your own child first, or your spouse or whatever. So, because if you let them guide them, then, 9 times out of 10, what I'm saying, you seeing the results. And I'm not saying that it's coming from all music. So let me clarify that.
Right.
But what I'm saying is a lot of the music today, or the culture, have influences on a lot of black on black crime.
Right. Music has always been very influential, as you're saying, some good, some negative, but just the music itself has always been, very influential.
Yeah.
Do you have a copy of the book that we can see the cover?
Yes, man. Right here, living in a country influenced by hate, is available on Amazon, Kindle, Auto Books, iTunes. Is in Barnes and Noble. So, you know, it's a great book, man, to really dig in and uh, get some understanding on, you know, what's occurring in the world. And I got some chapters for the police officers, you know what I mean? And you know, I just break it down, you know, how we feel, how I feel,
Right.
I would say, you know, and like I say, man, it's a strong book, man. It brings a lot of positive to negative situations,
Okay. That's
about
good.
negative situations.
Okay. Give us again how people can get a copy of the book.
You get a copy of the book on Amazon, Auto Books, iTunes, Kindle, and Barnes and Noble.
Okay. Okay. Now, if someone wants to reach you, contact you, speaking or anything of that nature, how can they contact you?
You go through my email at Mr. Marlon960 at gmail.com, or Facebook, Marlon Reed. Instagram, same thing, Mr. Marlon Reed. And you can reach me through them venues, man, and you know, I'll get right back with you.
All right, Talking Books, a place for people who like books, reading them or writing them. And we've been talking to Mr. Marlon Reed, author of Living in a Country Influenced by Hate, a book that talks about being influenced by hate, but just listening to what he's saying, it's not a book about hate. And I like the things that you talked about, transformation and different things of that nature. So you have a book that you have time and you want to read a book that's going to encourage you, strengthen you, and provoke you also, because the title alone is very provocative, but you need to get a copy of this book, and he gave the information where you can reach him. And if you are an author and you want to talk about, promote your book here on Talking Books, you can contact us at drshig@gmail.com, drshig@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram at Encouragement, the letter Encouragement, or Facebook page Your Encouragement. That's MINT. And so you can follow us and see some of our other shows and contact Brother Marlon Reed. Get a copy of his book. It'll push you, it'll transform you, and very good information in the book. Brother Marlon, thank you so much, man. I greatly appreciate the time. I appreciate you stopping by and on Talking Books this time.
Thank you for having me, man, and thank you for what you're doing. You helping not just authors, but you helping the world with a lot of great information, man. God bless you and loved ones.
I greatly appreciate it. Hold on a second. And that's going to do it for us. Again, I trust that we have been of encouragement and information to you. And as we go, as always, wanting you to keep remembering that the dream is doable. So you need to go get it. Stay encouraged. Be blessed.